Welcome to Andrew Does a Thing. My name is Andrew, and today I'm gonna do a thing. And the thing I'm gonna do today is I'm going to draw a mech from the video game Front Mission 3 in MS Paint. One of my favorite video games ever. It was released for the PS1, maybe other systems, but I got it for the PS1 way back in like 99 or 2000. Really quite a while ago. 2 decades ago. Gosh darn, I'm old. Anyways, so let's get to it. So it's not going to be too complicated or detailed. I'm mostly just going to do an outline drawing with a single shade of color per segment, I guess you can call it, like my previous drawings. No real shading or too much detail happening. But yeah, anyways, it's a bit of a tonal shift from the Link's Awakening drawings I've been doing previously. But hey, I like more than fun, goofy video games. I don't know if goofy is the right term to use for the Legend of Zelda series. It is a word, but it doesn't encompass the wholeness, the wholesomeness, the whole entirety of the Zelda. The goofiness is one aspect of the Zelda series. Anyways, I'm rambling, and I haven't even drawn a single line yet. So let's change that. Alright, so I think I'm going to use a little bit thinner line today, rather than this. Wait, is that what I drew? I think that's the thickness I used to drew. I drew the previous paintings, MS paintings with. Man, I'm just not very good with words right now today. Today. Anyways, so yeah, let's get right into it then. So it's gonna be. So yeah, so Front Mission 3. It's one of my favorite video games ever. It's a pretty complicated, involved storyline. There's actually two storylines in the video game, and a simple decision at the beginning could very well change the storyline you go on. It doesn't, not could very well. It does. So I'm not going to be too detailed or precise with this, but I just want to kind of get something down here. Just want to make it happen. But anyways, so yeah, the Front Mission 3, one of my favorite video games. What else can I say about it? So the mechs in this game are actually called Wanzers, which is short for walking Panzer. I don't know what the German word for walking is, but Panzer is German for tank. So basically a walking tank, which describes mechs pretty well, I'd say. That's okay. I could center that a little bit better. So it's not going to be a precise drawing. It's not going to be like as my previous drawings weren't too precise, but that's fine. I've never actually drawn a Wanzer from this game. Well, I mean, it's pronounced Wanzer, but I saw the word before I ever heard it pronounced. So I always say Wanzer. But yeah, so there's a bit of a faceplate here with a couple lines on it, and then some eyes, eye-looking things like this. So yeah, the Front Mission 3's a pretty big tonal shift from the Link's Awakening. stuff that I've been doing. I'm rambling because I have no idea what I want to say, but I still feel like I need to fill the air. But anyways, there's a couple little lines on the side here. Whoops, that should be black because it's going to be just a detail line. But yeah, so it's a pretty serious and in-depth game. It does have its moment of brevity and levity. Is brevity the right word? I think brevity just means short. Levity is the word I was looking for. But yeah, but it is a pretty serious, in-depth, complicated storyline, which I adore. It is a really, really good video game. The music is great. The gameplay is great. The graphics are, well, they're great for the year 2000 PS1 graphics. They still hold up decently well, I think, in my opinion. You know? Although as well as graphics can from that era anyways. But I digress. Alright, so that's the sort of helmet of the mech. Let's fill that in because that looks a little weird. Just being all disconnected like that. So now the middle segment of the torso goes kind of like, well, the top of it is about like this, and then comes down like that. Hold on, do I even have enough room here to draw this whole thing? I can always resize it, that is true. So, I can always resize the image and shift this to the center. Let's make that a little more rounded, because the design is a little more rounded. So, the mech I am drawing now is called the Zenizlev, or at least it was called that by mistake, as I learned today, looking for reference images before I remembered that I have a strategy guide with the very Wanzer right on the front of it. So I stopped looking for it because I don't need it anymore. But anyways, it actually should be called the Zenith Rev, two separate words, Zenith space Rev, but it was mistranslated into Zenizlev, which is one word. But yeah, interesting little tidbit that I didn't know until, well, actually, you know what? I may have known it at some point way in the past, but since this game has been in my life for like 20 years, I probably would have forgotten it at some point. Okay, so these little things it's just like a little bar going behind the head. So there we go. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting little tidbit that I either didn't know or had forgotten. So let's see here. So let's erase this. This goes a little more down like that. There we go. And then it's got kind of big, like, oh, it's kind of got like big old air intake vents, I guess, here or something like that. Who knows? Who knows what it actually is? It's just detail to make it look cooler. That's really all it is. A little plate here. But yeah, I noticed actually that my previous two streams actually had well, my previous stream had one viewer, and the one before that had two viewers. I don't believe that they were viewing while I was live, so they must have stumbled upon my streams after the fact, which is pretty cool. So thank you to whoever watched. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you stuck around for the whole thing, but if not, thanks for checking it out. if you're going to come back and check this one out. And if you don't, thanks anyways. Try not to. I hope I didn't sound callous there. I was not intending to, but I realized, kind of looking back, that it might have sounded a bit callous. Anyways, so these aren't exactly the right angles. It's more like that, and this is not the way that that goes. Being a bit pickier here. But yeah, interesting story about this game. I was actually, well, about me getting this game anyways. I was actually going to the store to try to find a NASCAR game, but they didn't have any NASCAR games at the moment. At the time, I guess they were sold out of the current year's NASCAR game. But I saw this game bundled with the strategy guide that I'm holding right now, using as a reference. And it caught my eye. I read the back of the book, and it seemed interesting. What really caught my eye was the fact that you could customize your Wanzers. And while there isn't quite as much customization as I'd like, you can change out which body you use, the left arm, right arm, and which set of legs, as well as weapons, handheld weapons, shoulder weapons, and a backpack. And you can also change the color. You have a main color and a very, very minor secondary color, which is, on most Wanzers, is basically just a couple stripes here and there. But even though the game didn't have the level of customization that I would have liked, the rest of the game drew me in and kept me playing for years, decades really. After I've beat this game. I think I've beat both scenarios at least 5 times, if not 6, 7, 8 times. This is one of my absolute favorite games ever. It is just incredibly well crafted, and I love it. I love it to bits. Dang it. One thing I didn't think of is that this strategy guide has a big ol' logo right in the middle of the Wanzer, so I can't see what the lower torso or the hips, I guess you could call it, of the Wanzer look like. So just give me a second while I look up a reference picture. I apologize. Should have been a little more prepared to begin with, but my bad. So let me Zenizlev. So yeah. So here, I'll just do a quick little thing. So it's supposed to be Z. You know what? MS Paint, you can make text. So let's do that. Where's the custom text, or the text customizer box? Do I not have it here? Oh well. Whatever. Let's just so this is how it's spelled in game, but this is what it was supposed to be. Whoops. So let's just do this. Something like that. There we go. Are you kidding me? Oh, MS Paint. Oh, MS Paint. I love you, but I hate you. That's where I wanted the bracket in front of this. Here we go. Whoops, wrong bracket. Let's do a couple backspaces so it doesn't do that same thing. There we go. And I can always just move it manually. What? Did I backspace the... Alright, you know what? Screw it. Let's just get rid of this bracket then. There we go. Alright. Enough of that. Let's find a... Here we go. I've found a reference picture that will work just fine here. It looks slightly different to the picture I have, but only slightly. Wait, hold on. Oh. Oh, wait a sec. Hold on. The thing is, the Zenith brand model of Wanzer is like featured in like every game, I think, of the Front Mission series. And the Zenith Rev is only one such model, and the picture I just pulled up I think is a model from a different game. So sorry for the... apologize for the delay. Whoops. Is this it? No, that's not it. Damn, now I got the... I don't know why I said damn. But I got the network music from Front Mission 3 stuck in my head now. I don't know why I said damn, because it's a really good song. It's one of my favorite songs ever, not just from that game, but ever. It's a really, really catchy tune. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. This is a good... Wait, is this? Let me just look. Yeah, alright, I found a good enough reference image. Sorry for the delay, but I want to make sure I'm drawing it, even though it's not going to be precise. I still want to know what it is I'm looking at, so I don't just draw random bits where the logo is covering up. I want it to at least look close enough, you know? And the picture I found isn't a front-on picture like what is on the front of the strategy guide, but it's close enough to get the idea. So let's resume MS Painting. So let's see here. So this section kind of tapers in, kind of like, oops. That's a weird line. It kind of goes like that a bit, and then this comes in and connects down. And so this goes like over top of this. Wait, hold on. But a little lower, So I've never actually drawn one of these Wanzers, so it's a little bit of a new experience for me. I've especially never drawn one in MS Paint. But part of this whole streaming thing, I mean, I really can only stream MS Paint stuff because I want to stream video games, but my computer is too slow to allow to both stream and have a video game going, and I don't have one of those external capture cards that I could, capture console games with. I would love to, because this game would be one of the games I would love to play on a stream. It is a great game. in my opinion. And a lot of what I've seen on the internet, a lot of people really, really enjoy this game too. So I think it would be an interesting game to play on stream, since I personally have never seen anybody play it on a stream or any video whatsoever, you know? So, okay, so what I'm going to do is zoom out a little bit here. I'm going to move this up just a little bit, and I'm also going to move the bottom of the picture down. Maybe I'll go 600 by 900 pixels. You can see the size right here. Okay, and we'll do this, move that down. That should give me plenty of space to work with. I could actually move this down just a little bit, because that should be more than enough. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, even though I'm not trying to do like a super job, I still want to do it. I still want to do this Vonzer justice a little bit, because it is one of the Wanzers you get early in the game. I don't think it would be much of a spoiler to say that you borrow this Wanzer real early in the game. The first mission or two, you're in a different Wanzer, but after that, kindly, you kindly, you borrow this Wanzer, nudge nudge, wink wink, and it becomes, well, I mean, you can change it if you want to, but until you reach the first store or something like that, you're stuck with it for I don't know, around 8 to 10 missions thereabouts. I don't know. So but I always end up keeping it because I like the Wanzer. I like um, there are also I think they're called battle skills, but there's things that can pop up mid-battle that will help you in one way or another. Like there's some that will increase the rate of fire for some of your, like a machine gun or shotguns. Yes, you can have a mech that wields a shotgun in this game, which is amazing. So that battle skill is called ROFUP, ROFUP, or Round of Fire Up. There's one that this Wanzer has, the Zenizlev, which is called Initiative, which will give you the initiative in whatever particular battle sequence you have. It'll guarantee you go first. Basically, who goes first is decided on basically if it's your turn or the enemy turn. It's oh, I should have mentioned it's an RPG grid-based game. Grid-based, turn-based RPG would probably be the best way to put that. Which I don't think I've ever played any other grid-based, turn-based RPGs. I made this center section far too bulky, so let's unbulkify it. And do something more like this. Something like that, yeah. So if anyone is watching, you can, look up the Wanzer yourself and see if I'm doing a good job recreating it. And I'm not. I mean, I'm doing okay. Better than I would have thought, for sure. But yeah, anyways, let's just tuck that up like that. Wait, how does it go here? Let's just do that. And this will be all kind of shrouded in shadow or something, so I can deal with that later when I do coloring. I probably do a little bit of shading just to hide some of the details of how I don't, how certain things connect or not. There we go. But yeah, so that's sort of good. Alright, next is now there's more to the torso, so let's build those sections. So it's weird. There's two like sections that go up here and here, and they don't connect to the top portion of the torso here. They connect to the bottom part. So, and then the arms come off the top parts of the. Here, you'll see what I say once I mean. You'll see what I mean once I've made it. Hopefully I draw it well enough that it's kind of obvious what's going on. But anyways, let's draw it. So this section comes down from here and goes up like this, goes up like this, and then kind of tapers back ever so slightly. Okay, let me readjust these lines here. I was thinking of using, the straight line tool for a lot of this, but I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see it drawn kind of messily like this. I should go up a little bit more like that. I probably could have redrawn that, but it's fine. So like that, and then so there's a section like that, and then this tapers in a little bit more like that, like that, like that. Yeah, I really should use the straight line tool, but nah. So it goes down like that, and then there's another section of it that kind of goes like this, and another. So it kind of goes around like this. Alright, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to worry about making it too detailed. I just want to get the general shapes down. Whoops. I don't know why I still right-clicked when I should have left-clicked. There we go. And then there's another section that comes down like this. And then the front end of it, it's a little wider than this. You know what? Let's get the lines down, and then I can widen it manually with this tool. I'll just widen it and then fill in the gaps. So then this kind of goes like that. And something like that. So I'm going to need to widen this image at some point. So let's do something like that. Yeah, that's about that. That looks much closer to what how wide that section actually is. So beep. Whoops. I do not have steady hands. There we go. Connect that, and I could be lazy and just copy this and flip it, but I probably should, but I'm not going to. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, just under half an hour. Just a few seconds away from that. Interesting. But anyways, let's do this. Let's connect this line like this so it looks like it's actually, this section actually goes behind, like it's actually connected this way instead of just it's connected in the center of this section rather than just kind of being. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get the other section started. I would like to draw it close to a straight line. Okay, that was just horrible. Wow, okay, alright. My mouse is not the greatest mouse, and I don't have the steadiest hand either, so put those two together, you get real messy lines sometimes. Oh my goodness, I just can't do it. I don't want straight lines, because I don't want it to, well, it might take longer. I thought it would take longer to do if I did the straight lines, but it looks like it's going to take longer to do it this way, but I don't know, I just want it to kind of look if I use the straight line tool, I'm going to be a lot more picky with it than I am now. Let's put it that way. And I don't want to take several hours on this. 2, 3, fine. I don't want to take too much time on it. Maybe some point in the future when I get better at MS Paint and maybe even get a stylus, or use a different program that isn't MS Paint to draw stuff, but for now MS Paint is what I've got. I'm sure I could probably use a free program like what the heck is that one called? Like the GIMP, I think it's called. Is it GIMP? There's other programs that are, Photoshop-esque, but, free to use. That would probably give me greater control. But you know what? I don't care. I enjoy MS Paint. It's easy to use. It's easy to fix stuff in it. It's easy to understand. And I am the kind of guy who likes easy. Okay, so this is just a big old mess. I gotta use the undo function a lot more often than I do. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? I don't care if I veer a little bit, but that's just not what I want. It's not what I want. It's not. Why? Alright, good enough. Friggin'. Just not very good at this. Alright. Close enough. Alright. My goodness. That took far too long. Alright. Let's just clean this up a little bit here. I am not having as much fun as I thought I would drawing this. Although I should probably lower my standards and then I probably would have more fun. Alright, there we go. Yeah, you know what? Who cares if they're wibbly wobbly lines? As long as they're in the general direction. Alright, so now there's like plates and details and stuff, so let's try to draw that. And then there's like a plate here. Okay. Why can I draw like a straight line for like a centimeter and then it just goes wildly crazy, even though I don't think I'm, making wild movements with my wrist and whatnot, but apparently I am, Yeah, it's probably just because I bought like a $15 mouse at Walmart. And, anyways. Wow, I was actually happy with that line up until it went way like that. Alright. So, yeah. Anyways. Alright. I'm not going to get too in depth with it past that. Alright, so there are a couple lines like this over here that I do want to include, though, just to add visual and, just to fill the space, basically. Let me look at my reference. Oh, before I continue, I should probably save this at some point. There we go. Save a rough version right now. So I like to save multiple rough versions as I go with my MS Paint pictures. Mostly just because, I mean, it doesn't. Well, for one, I like to see, the progress of what I've made. It's pretty, it's interesting to flip through them and be like, oh, interesting, you know, or even go back to old MS Paint pictures that I've made and look at the roughs and be like, oh, neato. But also, occasionally, there'll be something in a rough image that I can use in another image, like mostly for stuff that that isn't drawn but like cropped. If I cropped out something in an image, it's nice to have the cropped out version already available in the rough area of a rough image, rather than having to you know recrop it to do the work over again. But anyways, um, okay, so this line should actually not really be like this. It should actually be a little closer to something like this, and then like that, something like that. Anyways, okay, so now to fit the arms in, I'm gonna have to widen this a little bit. So let's go 700. I may still need to widen that. You know what? Let's go 800 just to make sure I got enough room. There we go. Doop. Yeah, that should be enough room. And now let's get the shoulder pad ready. So as you can see, these little side segments of the torso don't really connect to the top here. They connect to the bottom. There's a gap here and here, but the arms do connect up here-ish. So scooch that over as far as I can go. How wide is that arm, that shoulder pad compared to the torso? It's actually about half the width of the torso. Thereabouts. So let's so about that wide, like that. Okay. Any viewers? No. No viewers at the moment, but who knows? Maybe someone will stumble upon this at some point. At a later date, as was the case with my previous two streams. At least that's what it seemed like. Because I check my stream manager every once in a while. I don't really have the horsepower on my computer to have, was it low latency, so I won't really be able to interact with viewers, you know. Or, well, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to interact with viewers on a very timely sort of fashion, but if I ever do get enough viewers to, whoops, this is actually, hold on, I don't know why I put this over, all the way over here. It should be closer like this. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I don't need this, and this can, that's fine. Alright. And then this actually goes down like that. And then like this. And then up like this. And then this goes like this. Beautiful. And then there's like an intersection that mirrors the lines more or less. And then there's a few little holes up here, not quite that big. I'll just do this, something like that. And then I'm sure it's kind of obscured in shadows, but there's like a connection point here that's hard to make out exactly what's going on. And then the shoulder pad is like two plates, it looks like, that are similar, one facing forward, one facing backwards. So the other one is kind of like this on the back, and then the other side of it comes up like that. And then the arm part, or the I guess the bicep you could call it, of the robot arm, the mech arm really, but comes down like this and goes, and then it tapers to a point. This side just kind of starts to taper almost immediately, something like that. And then there's some doodads going on, some greeblies. I think that's what it's called, where there's just little bits just to add, solely for the purpose of adding detail. I think that's what a greebly is called, or what is called a greebly. You know, at least that's what I've heard. I'm sure there are many other terms for it. But so it does that, and then the elbow is something like this. And then the arm, the forearm section kind of goes like this and like that, and then like that, like that. This actually goes more like this. Not quite that steep of an angle, but more like that. And still not quite that steep. More like that. And then it goes like, I wanted it to taper down a bit. Taper, not swoop down. Yeah, good enough. And actually, hold on a sec here. This should actually be a little closer to the elbow. I kind of made it just kind of floating in midair here, but it should be something like that. And like that. Something like that. I'm not looking for perfection here. Just looking for something good enough. And then there's a bit of a plate here. That should probably be a little bit more like that. And then this comes in like that. And then this comes down like this. And then the hand comes out of here. It's actually oh, let me see here. Is this proportioned well? Yeah, the middle of the forearm is right where the yeah, right where the torso connects to the hips. So this is pretty well proportioned. Okay, excellent. Or close enough to, anyways. You know. And then the hand kind of goes like this, and like that, kind of like that, and then like that, and the thumb, well, that's the wrist, I guess. So it's the thumb kind of comes like a section like that, and there's a little connection point here, and then the two segments of the thumb go like this. Let's have the other segment pointing a little bit more down. Something like that. That's close enough. And then the fingers kind of, here, you know what, I think it actually kind of extends a bit more like that. Yeah, that looks more right. And then, so I'll try to draw the hand fingers the same in the same sort of pose that's going on here. It's got the hand kind of has that look like cowboys do when they're reaching for the revolver, where their fingers are all splayed out in, different positions. So that's kind of what's going on here with the hand. I think this is a little too big for what I'm looking for here. Let me zoom in. It will probably help a wee bit. Okay. So this should actually be a little bit closer. Like that, alright. And then it's kind of an awkward angle. Oh, especially since I'm using the left hand as a reference for the right hand. Yeah, that is kind of weird, but that's fine. The thing about this strategy guide I'm using is it's been taped up so much from just being used so much that the right hand is obscured through a few layers of tape, so I might have to use. So I guess I just kind of subconsciously did that because you can't really see the right hand very well under all the layers of tape. So I might have to. So I'll probably have both hands in a similar pose. So the other finger comes down like this a bit. Whoop. I'm not the greatest at drawing hands either, so drawing a robot hand is going to be a little weird. Apologize if it looks funky. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I'm not the greatest at drawing stuff. And then hold on. This actually kind of goes in a little bit like that, so you can see a bit of the inside of it, and then it kind of goes up like that. And so I hope this is obvious that these fingers are all in a row when I'm done this, but it may not be. And so this finger kind of curls the most. There should be 4, I think. Oh no, there's only 3 it looks like. Alright, 3 fingers and a thumb, so. You know what? How's that look? Come on. That actually doesn't look too bad, except it kind of does. Ooh, I drew the hand way too big, and maybe even the forearm. Yeah. Dang it. Dang it. The shoulder looks about the right size, but yeah. Alright, time to resize. But that doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my patented, I don't know if it's well, obviously it's not patented, but I'm going to separate my drawing area from the rough area with a line, and then I'll do this, and I'll paste. Paste. Yes, there we go. I'll paste the hand. Actually, you know what? I should probably paste the whole forearm and hand somewhere in here, just because. And because I might be able to salvage it. I might be able to, but I definitely need to make that smaller. I definitely need to make this whole deal smaller. So let's can I salvage what's here, or do I just have to restart? I might just have to restart. I might have to make this picture in 2 streams. Might just have to do this over 2 streams, so we'll see here. So let's do that, and we'll just do that, and I guess do that. Or what I could have done actually maybe is maybe I'll make this like a light gray. Oh, I'm a goof. No, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. I already got a copy of it over there, so if I need it, I can just paste it back on. So, oh, I did want it so I could tell how far down not to go. That is true. Alright, you know what, that's not a bad idea to just... I think I'll get rid of the hand. But yeah, let's redraw this. A little smaller here. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a faint hum going on. There's construction going on at my building, which is always fun. Actually, I just noticed a detail here that I didn't do the first time. So this kind of, the inner segment of the forearm is kind of two separate segments. Something about like that. Alright, so, and then this goes like that. How does this look? It's a problem with doing things while it's zoomed in, is you can't get a good look at how it fits in with the rest of the image, proportion-wise. Oh, you know what I could do? There we go, the easy way to get rid of colors. Alright, so now, if I slap this hand on, I'm assuming it's going to be far too big, but let's try it anyways. So if I do about there, yes, that hand still looks way too big. Alright, so undo. I'm going to paste it just so I have a bit of a reference on, again, how big not to make it. As long as I make it 3/4 to, I don't know, around 80% of the size, it should be fine. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just like my speech patterns aren't perfect. Anyways, I don't know why I decided to make a really bad fake laugh there. Like, delayed. Anyways, I guess I ramble when I'm a little nervous. I am just a little nervous. I'm making it that big again. Jeebus. And then it kind of goes like this. Except this should kind of bow outwards and not inwards, this line, if anything. Like bow outwards the whole way, not just one section and then go in. Come on. Come on, hand, be steady. Be steady, Freddy. Okay, so, no, it should actually be closer to like this. Yeah. Come on, why can't I just select the thing I want to select? Why? Am I moving my mouse or something? I must be moving it or something. Alright, so once again, the thumb section, the bottom of the thumb is like this. And then it's kind of like this. Oops, hold on. Like that, and then That's fine. Yeah, it sucks I drew the hand bigger than it needed to be, because I thought I was actually doing an okay job of drawing a hand for once. Especially one that's kind of in a weird pose, such as this one. But if you do look for Zenizlev, or just look for Front Mission 3 cover art, because I'm using the cover art for it, so if you want to compare what this looks to, and I thought it was, it wasn't expertly recreated, but I thought it was, a good enough job for how good I am at MS Paint. But that's fine, it's practice. This is all practice. Practice my MS Paint skills, practice streaming and whatnot. Let's not make that just a straight up straight line. There we go. And then this one kind of curls in a bit, and then comes back out like this. Oops, I should. There we go. It's okay. I'll take it. How does that look? Still looks weird. Still looks maybe a little bigger than it should be, but I'm not going to spend too much more time on it. I think one of the reasons why it kind of looks weird is because of this section. That is how the hand is. Here, let's do this. Maybe that'll help make it look a little better. Good enough. Alright, and then just do that, something like that. There you go. Good enough. Alright, I think I'm gonna hold off on doing the other arm for just a second and try to draw the hold on. Let me just save it here. Save it as a different rough file, because I've made some progress. Still no viewers. An hour and 4 minutes in. Oh well. Actually, you know what? Let me just refresh, because you never know. I'm sure the numbers would already refresh, but why not just double check? Because if there is a viewer... Hello. Nope. It says one viewer. It always says one viewer, but I'm wondering if that's just because I have my stream manager open, and if that counts as a view. I don't know. This is only my 6th stream. Well, on this channel. I did have another channel that I was going to use, But then I remembered I was gonna make a YouTube channel back in like 2017 with this name, with Andrew Does a Thing, and I like it better than the other name I had. What was it? Ice cream something or other, ice cream cake something or other. I don't, whatever. Andrew Does a Thing, I think, has a much better ring to it. So, so yeah, I did 2 streams on that other channel. Now that I think about it, I think you can rename your Twitch pages, so I probably could have just renamed it to Andrew Does a Thing instead of creating a whole new one. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It's not like it's a big deal to create a new, but I mean, I didn't think of it at the time. Oh well. Anyways, so the pelvis, I guess you can call it. Sort of, kind of goes like this, and then there's a. Let me just do this to kind of make it look a little more even. Once again, I don't care if it's perfect. I just want it to be reasonably good. Reasonably good. For my skill level, anyways. And then, wait, hold on. And then there's like a middle section that kind of goes like this, and then like that, something like that. It's hard to tell because it's not an exact straight-on view, so it's hard to tell exactly how to draw this from a straight-on view. But anyways, so then there's more like more air ventage going on here. Here, let's zoom in and I'll probably just fill this in with black after the air vents. I'm assuming they're air vents. I don't really know what the function or feature of these things are. What like the in-game universe function of these things would be. The function of them is really just to add detail so that they look more visual interesting. That's the real reason they're there. But in universe, I have no idea what they're actually for. You know. Yeah, I just play the game. I don't know every last detail about it. Which is fine. I don't have to. Yeah, it is a shame that the Front Mission series isn't as popular, isn't terribly popular here in North America. Apparently, it's a pretty popular franchise in Japan, where it originates. Apparently, it's such a big franchise that there's like mangas and I think even like a short short television program that ran, something like that, or a movie, something. There was some sort of animated thing, I believe. But anyways, and then this kind of comes down and sort of focuses on a bit of a square point that juts out uh, somewhat suggestively. Well, not that. It's not that bad. There are other wonders in that game where they have a bit of the pelvis thrusting out at quite more of a suggestive angle than what this is. This is only a little minor bulge. Some things have parts that just stick right out. just straight up. Anyways, I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. It might have been. Who the heck knows? But anyways, that's the pelvis region, the pelvic region, sorta, kinda. It's close enough. All right, so now let's draw a thigh, I guess. I guess you would call it the top part of the leg. So kind of comes out like this, like that. Comes down like, whoops, is that right? Oh. Let's get a good look. Did I draw that too small? I think I might have drawn that section too small. I did. Oh. You know what I should do? I should make a general mock-up of the size and then zoom into detail. That's what I should do. It's actually it's about maybe that, and well, not quite that weird looking shape, but it's about that big instead of this big. So, all right, once again, let's shove this off to the side for no particular reason. I don't know why I'm keeping it, but whatever. Especially out of context, it's not going to look like anything. Okay, let's make this line light gray so that I can, whoops, why did I right click? A light gray, so just so I can use it as a basis for size. Oh, my hand's starting to cramp up. Oh, that's not fun. Alright, so let's just put that over here as a guide of how not small to make it instead of how not big to make the hand like I did before. So anyways, that was a weird way of saying that. Instead of how big, like, I don't know what the right way to phrase that would have been. Whatevs. So the middle section of this kind of goes like this. It kind of juts in a bit. To make room for those vents of whatever function. I'm getting a bit hungry. How far are we into this stream? An hour and 14 minutes. I'll try to go for at least another 15 minutes, probably longer. I'm almost certain I won't finish this today in this stream, but that's fine. I've had to take 2 streams to make a picture before, so that's fine. I wish I could keep my streams on this channel a little longer than 14 days, but I get it. I mean, with YouTube, things are, meant to always be there, but with streams, it's more of a in the moment sort of thing. And I'm assuming because it's probably a lot easier to stream than it. Well, no, it definitely is. It definitely is easier to stream than make videos. Not, horribly, but easier. Well, yeah, because I mean, with YouTube videos, unless you're just dumping the straight, the raw footage up there, you got to do some editing to, at the very least cut down the time. When I was making my YouTube videos, which I never released because not so much that I was bad. I mean, yeah, that was a thing, but it wasn't really that, because everybody's bad when they start. It was more just that the video quality was very choppy. It was a very choppy video. My machine can't handle recording and playing a video game at the same time, so it's very unfortunate, because I was really hoping to create that YouTube channel way back in 2017, I believe. But I am thinking that with the streams I'm making, I might just upload I mean, even if this whole streaming thing doesn't work out, it'll still be interesting just to have them up, the raw feeds of these streams on YouTube. Obviously, I hope this streaming thing works out. I've had fun every stream I've made so far. Even with 0 viewers, I've still enjoyed the process of doing something and recording it and putting it up on, or I guess in the case of Twitch, it's already put up for me. I just have to stream it. But, I enjoy the process of making something. So it's kind of cool to, it's been fun, these streams. So, if I can do this for a living, that would be amazing. But if I can't, then fine. It is what it is. If I'm just not that entertaining, or I just don't catch that break, then it is what it is. And I just have to deal with it. Just suck it up and deal with it. But I would enjoy it so much. It would be so much better than sitting in a dimly lit warehouse assembling random crap for 8 hours. Oh, God. just thinking about it just makes my insides turn a little bit. Oh. Did that for 9 years. I mean, my first job was more of a desk job. It was more of a, well, yeah, it was a desk job, but there was more than just desk job. It was basically, it was a family business, not the family business, like a mob or something. It was just, that's not what I'm talking about. For whatever reason, whenever I would bring up that I was working for a family business, people were like, "Are you working for the mob?" No. I know you're joking, but no, it's not a funny joke. It wasn't funny the first time, it's not funny the 17th time. Sorry. It's probably, akin to cashiers when something doesn't scan and they hear the same joke of, "Oh, I guess it's free now. I'm a clever individual." No. "Oh, you're in the family business. I bet no one's ever made that joke before." Yeah, no, you're not the first to make that joke. Whoops. Anyways, I worked for my mom and stepdad. Bleh, my mom and stepdad, and I enjoyed that job. It could be demanding at times, but working for a family definitely had its perks. And I don't mean that I was lazy and didn't do my work. No, I did my work. I I get because I was family, they did give me one shot where normally they would have fired someone else, and you know, that was a few months after I started working there. But after they told me that, I kind of snapped into reality and did my absolute best from then on. And I kind of enjoyed it. Not all of it. There were definitely some tedious parts and some grindy parts for sure, but I don't know. There's just something about working for the family business that I don't know, kind of made me proud and made me, like working. And it was also um, the fact that I was doing more than just sitting at a desk or more than just packing boxes or more than this, because we were a four-person team basically. You know, my stepdad owned the business. He did a lot of the dealings with customers and suppliers. My mom did a lot of the background work of, accounting and stuff like that. Me and my brother who worked there, we worked at the desks. We, talked to customers, deal with suppliers as well. But we also had to, put away inventory, you know, pack orders, pick orders, or unpack orders that we got shipped to us. There was just a lot going on, and it was interesting because there was a lot going on. Because you could say that because there were so few of us working there, each of us had many job titles, and because we had many job titles, the job, no 2 days were the same, you know, and I missed that. Each individual task was, if I had to do if I had to just sit at a desk and fill out orders every day, I would have been bored. If I had to just pack orders every single day, I would have been bored of that job. But the fact that there was so much, it was the fact that there was a lot of variety in what I had to do kept it from being too boring, you know? So I appreciated that aspect of the job. And a lot of that, I just appreciated that job. That, even though it was my first job, it was still the best job I had. And I'm not just saying it because I work for a family business, and they were probably a little more lenient on me than they would be an employee who wasn't related. Definitely, that's for sure. But I mean, I still work my butt off to do everything I could to the best of my ability, and they did notice it. My mom and stepdad, and they would even tell me that customers really, after the first little bit of getting used to the job, once I got settled into the role, they would tell me that a lot of customers actually liked my professionalism when I would um, when they dealt with me on the phone, customers or suppliers, and that really made me feel good. That made me feel good, you know. It made me feel good to know that I wasn't just there because I was, family. That I was there because I was actually doing a good job. And they definitely would have fired me if I was just sitting there being lazy. Like, mm, my stepdad, unfortunately, had to fire one of his, well, at the time he seemed like a good friend, but he was, one of the friends there, one of the friends who he hired was definitely not taking that job as seriously as he should have, and he got himself fired because of it. You know, and that's it's not good. All right. So, anyways, but yeah, all the rest of my jobs have been real grindy BS kind of jobs. Just doing one thing over and over and over again until your brain turns to ooze and you just want to go home and disappear into your blankets and never wake up again. Okay, that's a bit of an over exaggeration. Not every day felt like that, but there were days. There were days like that. Absolutely. But just the monotony of those jobs just really, like a lot of those jobs I worked with good people, you know, not necessarily the managers at a lot of those places, but the people who I worked with directly were really good. 9 times out of 10. Probably closer to 95 times out of 100. 95%. But anyways, so I've been kind of mucking around here, not really doing much in terms of drawing. So let's stop. But anyways, I think I was just saying that it would be. I think my whole point was that if I can somehow make this work, it would be. I would super appreciate it. Because I've worked just some miserable jobs in the last decade. You know, just some downright depressing places to be. With some, you know, some people who were unfortunately lifers at those jobs who you could just see the life is sucked out of their faces, you know. Although there were a couple lifers in there who didn't have the life sucked out of them. Although they, you know, I guess to cope they kind of, you either get the life sucked out of you or you turn crazy, and that seemed to be the two modes of the coworkers at those places. Either they were doing their desperate best to hold on to their sanity, but the life was sucking out of them because of it, or they just, or you know, they gave up their sanity in return for not having the life sucked out of them, but also they were crazy now, not like super, belong in a uh, straitjacket crazy, but just slowly having your wits eroded from you crazy. Okay, I made this thigh too big, much too big. I mean, the thickness here kind of is pretty good at the front, but it needs to be about like this. Something like this here. But yeah, and I've definitely been one of those employees where I try to hold on to my sanity, but the life gets sucked out of me. I'm definitely one of those guys who, if I'm at a grading place for long enough, I just come into work every day with a blank look on my face. And I don't want that anymore if I can avoid it. Unfortunately, I live in a real industrial part of the city, so most of those jobs are just sitting or standing in one place doing one thing all day. And I don't tolerate that very much. I need some sort of variety to keep myself engaged. I do the best I can, but, sooner or later something just not really snaps, but just kind of breaks in my head, and I just can't handle it anymore, you know? And, but streaming, even though I've only been streaming to nobody, basically, I am super enjoying it. Super enjoying just rambling on about random crap that comes into my head, whatever, just whatever topic that comes to mind. Um, so this is actually kind of like this. Let's actually, I probably could have kept that line and done that instead. Oh well, actually I kind of like that because it gives some 3D-ness to it. All right. Now try to mirror this without actually mirroring it, without just copying it. So I see, I mean, I'm sure if I spent all my time drawing, if I, probably eventually get away with copying stuff, but right now I just don't want to copy left to right and all that sort of jazz. You know. For right now. I mean, I did do a lot of copying with my, when I did my logo. The stream isn't up anymore, and I did a logo, and I was going to use it as my banner on Twitch, but I uploaded it, but it still hasn't seemed to update it yet, so I don't know what's going on there. Let's make this a little wider. So how wide is that about? Where did that line come from? Hold on a sec. If I were to do that, yeah, okay. So you can draw off screen. Interesting. I probably knew that at some point or another, because I mean I've used MS Paint for nearly as well, even longer than I've been on the internet. Really, when I got my first, well, maybe not my first computer, but when I first used a computer at home, MS Paint was one of the first things I toyed around with, which is probably similar to many people, It's just this new, you know. Okay, these aren't matched up very well, so like that. Alright, close enough. And then this kind of goes this way, like that. Except it doesn't go up as much. Or wait, I guess I could have kept it like that. Oh well. And then, is that matching the thickness? Whoa, scrolled a little too far. Is that, no, the thickness is not being matched. Okay, so something like that, and then I'll just do this. But if it doesn't work out, then I'll just have to find another crappy job. I mean, I have been looking, just, man, every time I look at those job site pages, it just gives me a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach. I just feel uneasy nowadays every time I look at those job sites. You know. I mean, if I gotta do it, I gotta do it, Life isn't all sunshine and happiness. It isn't all fun and games. It'd be nice if it was that sometimes. But anyways, yeah. But existence is just a place where everything is. It's not, you know, existence wasn't built for us. Existence is just existence. It's just a place where stuff is, you know? Despite what many different teachings across the world will say, I don't think existence was built for us. I think existence was just built. It was just made. You know, you know, if anything, you know, we were built for existence, not the other way around. What existence wanted us for is another question entirely, but I don't think it made whatever forces made us made the entirety of the existence just for us tiny little beings on this tiny little rock in the corner of a universe, There's a lot going on in the universe, you know. Just a teensy bit, I guess arrogant would be the word to use, to think that it's all here for us. Or even here for a reason. I don't even think there is a reason. Well, who knows? Maybe there is a reason, but it isn't for us, as far as I can tell. Alright, so let's make this 1200 tall. And then get these down here. That's probably too tall. I probably don't need to make it that tall to fit the rest of the legs, but let's do my best. I don't think those two ideas connect. I don't think it needs to be this tall, so let's do my best. Yeah, no, they don't really connect. Ugh, my brain is apparently on the fritz today. So yeah, now the the bottom parts of the legs have sort of knee pad-esque type protrusions going on here. Alright, let me just get the general size of them, and then I'll go in and detail further. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Ugh. I think I made the thighs a little too small, but I think I made them slightly wider and slightly shorter than they actually are, but that's fine. That's fine. It looks a lot closer to, this picture still looks a lot closer to what I was expecting it to be anyways, so I'm gonna just be happy with it. So the shin, the lower leg is about as big as the rest of the body. It's got a bit more roundness to it than the rest of the body has, but oh well. It still fits in with the overall sort of theme of the or theme? I don't know. So it's kind of like this, and then kind of goes in like that a bit. Like that. Not quite like that, actually. Hold on. It's more like that. Yeah, it's more like that. And that's about the size that I want it, so I can zoom in to add the details now. See, I am learning. Learning to make, to size things out while I have the whole picture in view before I go in to make the details, so that I don't accidentally create something that is wildly out of proportion. I'm sure it'll still be, I'm sure the entirety of this drawing won't be completely to proportion of what the actual Wanzer looks like, but that's fine. Not looking for perfection, just looking for good enough. I should probably erase all this junk too here. Okay, so this is the knee pad looking thing, and it comes down like this. And then there's like a, let's get rid of this, because there's like a, so I got another section on it that goes like, comes out like this. And then inside this area is where the knee is, all the piston looking stuff and whatever other greeblies are in there. And then the top of this, actually hold on, it's actually a little bit more like that, I think. Has some holes or slots in it. Air holes. They're speed holes. They make your Wanzer go faster. And there's a couple lines going across like this. And then this is kind of like that. Alright. And so let's erase some of this here. Hold on. Let me save as, there we go. And let's draw the pistons here that are right, piston looking doodads. I could probably still use this line here. It's not quite at that angle though. So I will have to kind of like, yeah, something like this. Should just use the straight line tool, shouldn't I, at some point, but that's fine. And then lower section of the pistony looking thing. Hold on. This thing has to actually be up a little higher, doesn't it? Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah. I can leave the rest of this because it is actually about that tall, the knee pad, but I can move these slots up though. They do need to be closer to the top. Ah, crap, I dragged some of the outline with it, but that's fine. And yeah, that actually does look better, and then I can make this wrap around like it should. And then here, I'll make actually, something like that. And then there isn't a whole lot of detail on here. It's all like kind of blacked out, the knee section on this. So I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to kind of, here, you know what? I should actually lower this just a little bit, because the gap isn't quite that big. So kind of, something like that. All right. Let's make that a little bit closer to a straight line. Yeah, that'll do. And then, yeah, okay. And that kind of tucks behind there. All right, that's good enough. Let's actually do that right now. Yeah, all the reference pictures I have, it's kind of the whole knee section is shadowed out. So let's do the same here. Let's actually tuck it in a little bit, something like that. Yeah, there we go. And I'll try to do the same on the other side now. Oh wait, hold on. I got to draw the whole rest of the thing here. So there's a section that goes under here like this. And then there's a section that kind of flares out like that. This all kind of connects up like that, back there. And then some just like little detail here. All right. How long have I been streaming for? An hour and 48 minutes. Okay. Damn, that's yeah, fair enough. Okay, so okay, so yeah, that looks a little better. And then something like that. Trying to force this to match the perspective of the lower leg, but kind of messed it up a little bit, but that's fine. Let's see what I can do here to finagle it to look a little bit better. It's not a whole lot, I guess. Actually, you know what? If I kind of sweep the line on the top back a bit, it might actually help more than anything else I could do on the bottom there. Whoops. Still got that song stuck in my head. If you want to know what song I'm talking about, go look up Front Mission 3 Network music. And it's a very peppy, catchy tune. One of my favorite video game songs ever. It's one of those songs that kind of like, it's just I don't know. It's just got a very energetic yet calming vibe to it. And I like that. Especially in the middle of a video game where, everything else is, basically war in the future. So it's nice to have a little levity. Yes, levity. Not brevity, levity. While you're looking up stuff on the interwebs of the future, at least according to Front Mission 3. I'm wondering if I just want to stop this for today and do this tomorrow. But the thing is, I don't know if I have enough to make a whole stream out of it for tomorrow. I mean, I gotta finish this leg, finish that arm, and then draw the big honkin' feet this fucking Wanzer has. So there might still be enough to do tomorrow. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will do that tomorrow. We'll see here in a sec. I could always just take a wee break and come back to it, but I don't know. I think I might be close to done here for today. Especially since I seem to be making a lot more mistakes than normal. Although I did make a ton of mistakes when I started. Yeah, drawing in MS Paint is both easy and hard. It's easy because it's very forgiving in many ways. You can undo things, obviously. It's on a computer. Pretty much every drawing program on a computer, you can undo things, but, it's very easy and intuitive for the most part. There are some aspects of it that are a bit wonky and weird, but generally speaking, most of the basic stuff is pretty intuitive. But yeah, I think I might be calling it quits soon. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I just noticed I forgot the little detail plate on the arm here. I know I want to stop, but I also don't want to stop. I want to keep going until I don't want to keep going. But if I do that, I might just end up going to a point where I'm so close that I may as well keep going, And by that point, I might be burnt out for the day. I don't want to draw while I'm burnt out. So I don't know. because I'm not exactly burnt out right now. I still want to go for a little bit, but I definitely feel like I'm approaching that point where I will be burnt out fairly soon. And the more I do now, the less I'll have for a stream tomorrow. And since I'm already an hour and 55 minutes into this, which is approaching my longest stream, I think my longest stream was like 2 hours and 3 minutes, 2 hours 6 minutes, somewhere around that. Which I think was actually my first stream, where I made the logo that I wanted to use for this channel. But I, you know, I made it. I uploaded it in a banner in the 1200 by 1200 by 480. I think was the dimensions that Twitch asked for. Something like that. I uploaded it, or thought I did, and more than 2 weeks later, it's not there. It's still not there. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you have to be a partner to be able to edit your Twitch partner, or whatever they call it, to edit the way your stream page looks, or your channel page. I don't know if that's the case or not, or if there was just some issue with uploading that image. Yeah, I think I am, in fact, done for the day. So, yeah, my stream manager doesn't say anyone's watching. Let's give it a little refresh and see for sure. Doesn't appear so. Okay, well, if someone happens to stumble on this stream after the fact, thank you so much for watching. And if there is someone watching right now and Twitch just isn't letting me know about it, then thank you for watching as well. I do appreciate it, I was surprised to see that my previous 2 streams had more than 0 viewers, and I was elated with that. Even though the last one only had 1 viewer and the one before that had 2, it was still more viewers than I expected, so that's awesome. And I'm assuming that those viewers stumbled upon my stream after the fact, because it didn't seem like oh, it just popped up to 2 viewers on my stream manager. So if someone's here, oh, interesting. If someone literally just popped into my stream, hello. How are you? I'm good. My name is Andrew. And I'm doing a thing. But yeah. I was planning on stopping, but if I have a viewer, maybe I'll stick around for a bit, because I don't think I've had a viewer live. I think I've had people for a bit, just happening to had a viewer live. People just happening to stumble on my stream after the fact. But if you're my first live viewer, then maybe I'll stick around for a bit. Anyways, getting back to drawing my shaky lined mech. Alright. Boop, and I'm done. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so let's try to copy this shin section over on this side. Obviously not exactly, because that's not what I've been doing up to this far. Up to this point, I am very good with my native language of English. Super, super good at speaking it, apparently. Anyways, so let's erase a little bit of this to make room for the knee pad here. Let's actually widen this line. Whoops. Press both mouse buttons at once, and that's not gonna provide any good results. So let's try to draw another knee pad here. Let's undo that because it's not exactly what I wanted. Trying not to be too particular, but also trying to be, trying to do this a little bit of justice. It's this mech comes from one of my favorite games, so I want to at least do it decently well. So oh, I think this line actually is out of place here a little bit. Let me do this, since sometimes it's hard to get a good line. Let's do that. And I'm satisfied with that line, so there we go. So this goes like this. This goes like this. Down around like up like that. I did a very bad job there. Alright. Actually, hold on. I'm not drawing this in the right place, am I, here? Let's just do this here to kind of get an idea. Okay, that corner is pretty close, but this one is not so close, is it? Oh, it's actually not too bad. Oh, the problem is this section here. Okay. Alright, so let's erase that, well, some of it, so I can adjust it. Make it a little bit more like this, I suppose. Yeah, is that still? Something like that, and then I can probably poke this corner up a little bit higher. Something like that. Alright. And then here, I will try to duplicate this to the best of my abilities. I can always change and adjust it. It might be a little too wide. Let me just see here. A little bit. I can reel that in a little bit. Since I like the way it's shaped, I'm just gonna do that. Because sometimes reproducing a line while using a mouse can be difficult. So if I like the way the line looks, but I don't like the way it's positioned, I'll just reposition it instead of drawing it. But anyways, to the new viewer here, so you might tell that from the title that this mech comes from a game called Front Mission 3. It's a 20-year-old game, more or less, for the PS1, made by Squaresoft. I guess they're called Square Enix now. But The mech I'm making right now is called a Zenislev. Whoops, here. Here's how it's spelled like. Now apparently this was a mistranslation. Apparently this, the Zenith REV, is what it was supposed to be translated as. But yeah, it instead of Zenith Rev, it is Zenislev. But yeah, I actually just learned that little tidbit today when I was looking for a reference picture earlier before the stream. And then of course, because I remembered I already had a reference picture on my strategy guide, but so I abandoned my search for a reference picture. But then I realized there's a big old logo right in the middle of this strategy guide that's covering the lower torso and the pelvic region, I guess you could call it, of this mech. So I ended up having to look for another reference while the stream was still going anyways, so that was fun. Thankfully no one was watching at that point, so I probably would have lost a viewer. But anyways, hopefully I'm not boring you with my rousing commentary. So this one, is this about right? It's pretty close. It's not looking for it to be exact. Actually, I do notice. Maybe I should edit this because it doesn't look right here. I think I gotta make these lines here slant a little bit more so they look like they match the perspective of the rest of this mech. Well, actually, the mechs in this game, in Front Mission, the whole Front Mission series, are called Wanzers, or I guess they're pronounced Wanzers. It's spelled W-A-N-Z-E-R, which is short for Walking Panzer. And Panzer is a German word for tank, in case you didn't know. If you did know, then, well, sorry. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I say when I have nothing to say. But anyways, I hope you're enjoying this. You seem to be sticking around, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So obviously I'm doing something right. Alright, yeah, okay, so let's change this up a little bit. Let's change this line so it's a little more straight down. That's not really much of a change. And then like that. And I wanted it kind of curved the other way. There we go. Wait a sec, hold on. Okay, so I gotta erase this line then. And then maybe bring that down a bit and then bring that over like that. And then this connects into here. Whoops. Tried to scroll, accidentally drew a line off out of the viewing area, or whatever you call it. So yeah, if you want to double check my work, or I don't know, double check's the right word, but If you want to see how close or how far away from the source material I am, this Wanzer is called a Zenislev, and I already showed the spelling. Zenislev, or Zenith Rev, which is what it was supposed to be called, for Front Mission 3. Now, it's not that close, because I'm not the best MS Painter, but it's a lot closer than I was expecting it than I expected it to be when I first started making it, so I'm pretty happy with it so far. I'm not the greatest MS Painter. I know how to use MS Paint pretty well, but I more used it for cropping stuff in the past, making, stupid pictures on like MS Paint subreddits on Reddit. I think one of them was r/MS Paint Battles. I really enjoyed that, but there's no real paint battling going on in that subreddit anymore. Also, I forgot the password to my old Reddit account. I'm not going to mention it here. There's nothing. I don't know why. There's nothing revealing or anything about it on there. I just don't feel like mentioning it. But yeah, I forgot the password to it, or maybe some sneaky person hit the reset password button and I didn't have an email attached to it. So, yeah. And, I've done some searching, but apparently, some looking into it. Apparently, if you don't have an email attached to your Reddit account and you forget the password or it's changed for whatever reason, you're never getting that account back. So that kind of sucks. It was like a 7-year account at the time that I lost the account. Well, I lost the password, or password got changed. Something happened. Whatever happened, sucks. But whatever. No big deal. That was a few years ago, actually, that happened. Oh, I should actually lower these sections of these pistons, or whatever they may be, whatever detail work they are. But yeah, this the Zenislev Wanzer is also my favorite Wanzer of the game. Partly because you start out with it, or well, you don't quite start out with it. For the first mission or two, basically the game starts out with you and your character and your character's best friend testing out a new Wanzer or something like that. And for the first mission, you actually use those Wanzers that you're testing to do your battling in. But after that, you borrow Wanzers that are just conveniently sitting there, and if you so choose, those can be your Wanzers for the rest of the game. For the main character, I always do keep that Wanzer because it's a really good Wanzer. In most of the front mission games, from what I read, as you progress through the game, you actually have to replace each part of the Wanzer as you go. So the Wanzer is segmented into 4 parts: the body, the left arm, right arm, and the legs. And you can interchange them as you see fit, based on their stats and abilities and all that. But in most other games in the Front Mission series, you have to replace your parts as you go. In Front Mission 3, you can, but you part progression, you upgrade each part instead of just outright replacing each part like with most other. I'm repeating myself a lot here. I'm sorry for that. I'm still getting used to this streaming thing. And so I apologize for repeating myself a few times there. But anyways, yeah, so since you can upgrade your parts, you don't have to replace them to, for the part progression to take place. You can just upgrade the parts you get right from the beginning if you so choose. And this Zenisliv Wanzer is a really, really good Wanzer. It has some really good stats all throughout the game, and not only that, there are things called I believe they're called battle skills in the game, and each part of every Wanzer has a different battle skill that you can learn, and you have a little you can hold a certain amount of battle skills to take with you into uh, any battles after the fact, and they'll just randomly activate in the middle of battle and help you. But I can't remember all of this Wanzer's battle skills, but I remember one of them is called Initiative, which I drew those slots different sizes. I like the way they look on the other knee better, so I'll try to draw these ones about the same size. But anyways, it's called Initiative, and it's pretty straightforward. Um, when it's not your turn, if that battle skill activates, you still go first. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this game is a grid-based, turn-based RPG. Just to give you some more information on it, just to make make sense of it. But anyways, so you have your turn, then the enemy has their turn. You can move your Wanzers and attack theirs on your turn, and obviously they can do the same on their turn. How does that look? Oh, I made these ones bigger than I made these ones bigger than the other leg now. Dang it. Alright. I knew there was something weird going on there. Alright. But yeah, it's an interesting game, Front Mission 3. I played this game uh, probably pretty close to when it first came out. I first got this game, I should say, and definitely played it, but first got this game probably not too long after it first came out, and I've it's one of those games that you know I'll just randomly pick up and play again, every few years. It's just it's a really fun game, in my opinion. A turn-based, grid-based RPG may not be for everybody, and actually, well, it's the only grid-based, turn-based RPG I've ever played, actually. So maybe they're not for me, and this is the exception. Like, I don't know. I played turn-based RPGs before, like Golden Sun and Pokemans, but never a grid-based turn-based RPG. So here we go. So this is looking alright. It's not exact. It's not 100% what the Zenisliv Wanzer looks like, but it's close enough. I think I've already said that. So yeah, let's hold on, give me a sec to save it here. Save. Alright, and resume. Alright, so I'll draw. Oh, sorry about that. Now I guess I'll draw the feet. This big ol' fucking feet that this Wanzer has. And here we go. So that's kind of a two sections. So the front section starts off like that, comes down like this. Actually, you know what? I'll do what I've been doing throughout the whole, well, what I've learned to do throughout this stream is draw the general size of it while it's zoomed out so I can get the perspective right. And then I'll zoom in to do the details. Because you might be able to see here, this was the original right arm, and it is, I mean, this arm is still a little bit bigger than I want it, but I don't feel like drawing it a third time. But you can see, like if I kept it, then it would have looked like the Wanzer would have had the proportions of a gorilla, pretty much, with big, long, hanging arms. And this was the original pelvic region, and as you can see, it's tiny. Tiny. So, yeah. So, I did that twice. It took me 2 times to learn the lesson to get the general size of it, get the general size and shape while I'm zoomed out, so I can tell if it's you know, more or less in proportion. I'm not looking for perfection here. I mean, clearly I'm A, drawing it in MS Paint, and B, I'm not using any of the multiple tools I could use to make straight lines and such with. So I'm mostly just practicing streaming and practicing my MS Paint drawing skills. Because why not? Alright, you know what? Yeah, let's worry about the detail work, as I said, once I'm got this all done. So, about like this, and then like that, something like that, and then there's another section that kind of goes like this. You know what? Once again, let's that, and then like that, and then there's a couple of, I guess you could call them toes, big old prongs hanging off the front, about that big. Okay, so it looks messy now, but I will neaten it up. I just wanted to get the general size. Alright, so let's, you know what, let's make it light gray so that I can draw over it without, gosh darn it, without, holy jeez, I'm really bad at this. Alright, I guess I'll zoom in, and, or if I can actually select the zoom function, there we go. I'll zoom in and gray all this out so that I can draw over it without, so I can draw over it and just erase these lines a lot easier. Erase these guidelines, I guess you can call them. Because if they're the same color as, if the guidelines are the same color as the actual lines, then it's just going to make it a lot more difficult to deal with. So let's actually move this a little bit over as well. Okay, move it up and over, something like that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So now I can be a little bit more detailed with my MS painting. Alright, so this goes like that. Then it kind of goes down a bit like this, and then up again. And then it comes down like that. And then, you know what? Let's do that. And then it goes around like that. And then, actually, I didn't. This goes like this. Right here. Okay. And then there's the little connection thingies, I guess. You know, the proper technical term, connection thingies. The mechanisms behind the facade. And, yeah. So then it's like that. Doot, doot, doot. This goes up like this. Then this comes around. Wait, hold on. Yeah, something like that. And then something like that. Ooh, I actually made that a little too far and a little too big. Right, there is an eraser tool to make handy work of erasing. Sometimes I forget that. And that goes down like that, and that goes over like that. And then doot, doot. Okay, that should be closer to a straight line. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, sometimes you can delete a whole line if you press the opposite mouse button while you're still holding the first mouse button down. So if you're holding the left mouse button down and you right click, it goes away. I wonder if that works for the secondary color too. Let me just... It does. Alright, interesting. So that's a neat little feature of MS Paint. Unfortunately, I do that by mistake a lot. These buttons are a little sensitive on this mouse. Oh, let me just zoom out here, make sure. Yeah, that's a little too big. Alright, so let's reel this in a little bit. I think the line, yeah. I just totally ignored the guideline. What a goof. What a goof. What a goof I am. Alright. And then this goes like this. Like that. And then like that. Okay, there we go. Like that. And it kind of goes up like that. Not quite like that. It's more of a smooth transition than the corner there. Whatever, it's fine. And then in the top of the slot where the first the first toe goes, and then over like that, and then let me just make sure here. Yes, that looks much more in line with the proportions. Alright. Alright, now this comes up like this a little. It connects over here. This should connect too. This should be a bit more of a sharp corner rather than a rounded line. Maybe not that sharp of a corner. And then there's something like that. A slot for the other toe. Something like that. And then there's like a third toe in the middle, but it doesn't like articulate or anything. It's just a short little nub. So it goes something like this. And it hangs directly off the foot instead of being articulated like these two ones do. I can't really seem to. Oh, this should be more of a straight line. And it ends in sort of a shape like this. Something like that. That just looks weird. Alright. Dang it, I just did it again. Okay, so there. That's more like it. And then there's like a little section that it here. Something like that. I'm not doing the greatest job, but that's fine. Anyways, I'll fiddle with that in a sec here. Let's make the toes. So, kind of goes like, I don't want it to be that close like that. More like this. Perspective on this is going to be a little weird, I think, but that's fine. And hold on just a sec here. Okay. Hold on. Get this like that. Yeah, there we go. And this goes like that. And this should go up a little bit more. And then it should kind of go into a shape sort of like that. Something like that. It's not exact, but whatever. Something like that. Alright, let's see how this looks. It's not bad. I think the toes are a little big. So let's scale them down a little bit here. But yeah, if you're interested in RPG games with fairly intricate, fairly, it's not the most complicated storyline, but it definitely has twists and turns, and you know, there's definitely some things happening. Actually, you know what? Let's keep the top part of this line so I can, yeah, something like this, and let's erase the bottom section. But it's a pretty interesting game. If you have a PS1 or some console that can play PS1 games, I think the PS4 and PS5 you can download old games off of whatever online store they have. So if you're interested, this is a pretty decent game. It's got some good music. It's got good storyline. Well, good storylines actually. There's two storylines, and which storyline you go down depends entirely on a simple, seemingly, you know, trivial choice you have right before you even enter the first mission. And yeah, that looks okay. I gotta make this thing smaller though. It really is just kind of a nub. I'm not doing it very well here. It just looks weird the way I'm doing it. There we go. That'll do for now. And there we go. There we go. And that's pretty close to the front end of the foot. And there's a little section of the back here, but it's nowhere near as complicated. Goes like this, like that. But anyway, I don't think I completed my thought about this game. It's a good game. It's many twists and turns. There's many interesting characters. The music is great. The gameplay is really well done. The graphics look good for a PS1 game of that era, in my opinion. Actually, this is closer to like that. And there's some other detail there, but I didn't really leave a whole lot of space for it, so that's fine. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, and but yeah, from Mission 3, it's absolutely one of my favorite games ever. I still pick it up and play it. The last time I played it was a couple years ago. I should pick it up again. But I sort of want to save it for if this whole streaming thing does work out. I would like to replay it on stream. If it doesn't, then whatever, I'll just replay it. No big deal. But, well, first of all, I need to get a, what the heck is it called? An external, uh, what? External video card or something like that. External recording card. Something along those lines. Oh, that's kind of gangly looking there. Ah, dang it. I really liked the way that line was looking too. Alright. There we go. That'll do. Now I gotta do it again. Oh my goodness. I almost feel like replicating it. How's that look? Looks pretty good, yep. Foot might be slightly bigger than how it actually is in game, but honestly, only slightly. This Wanzer has a pretty big footprint compared to other Wanzers, compared to the people that pilot it, of course. But anyways, I tried to make a joke there, and it fell flat before I even finished it. I knew it was going to fall flat, but I tried to finish it, and it didn't work. I'm sorry. Actually, hold on. This whole line is kind of not the way it should be. It's more like that. It's hard to. It just looks like a curve, but it's supposed to be like sort of a. Okay, I'm just making a mess of it. You know what? It looks close enough. Or it did before I made a mess of it. Oh my god, that was a weird laugh. Alright, good enough. Let's just erase all this stuff here and then do that. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so I haven't been duplicating the features, even though I could. I could just like copy it and flip it 180, but I haven't been doing that, so I'm gonna do my best to duplicate this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna draw just a general size of it. It's probably closer like that, and then the two toes like that. Thereabouts. And this thing is actually turning out a lot better than I expected it to. I've said that several times on this stream. I'm repeating myself a lot. Oh well. Gotta learn how to make good commentary sooner or later. Everybody has a bad period. A period where they're just not good at it. You gotta be bad before you're good. You gotta be bad before you're even okay, so that's fine. It's all part of the process of learning how to do things. And actually be, I think, a little bit more like, maybe I need to move this a little bit further out and then up. Yeah, that's good. Alright. And that goes there. Do the little taper here. Whoops. I didn't leave myself a whole lot of room to make that taper, did I? And then, just, whoops. Press both mouse buttons again. Although that wasn't a very great line anyway, so. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, good enough. Alright. Just want to make room to make these details here. That's good enough. Alright. Ooh. I think actually this side is going to be a lot wider. So let's tighten this up a little bit here. Yeah, like that. Before I get too far into this. It's pretty close, but I think I could move this over a little bit. It's a lot closer, but it's not perfect. That's fine. Alright. Is it? Is it though? Let's see here. I don't really know what information I'm going to glean from this. Ooh, wow. So from this corner, yeah, that is way different. Oh, then again, I think it's going to be a slightly different perspective on this foot. This one's pointing more down. This one's going to be a little bit more diagonal. Maybe. Maybe not. I probably should try to make them close to even. Alright. Alright. So I gotta kind of undo some of this then. So. So let's make this front section first, and then I'll do the side section. Because I think that's kind of where my problem started, is I did the side first, I think, and then tried to make the front fit to that, but so something like from here to here-ish. Something like that. Yeah, that looks a lot closer to what it actually is on the other side. So it's supposed to be a little bit more like that, and then like that. Yeah, okay. And now I can make this section here, do that, this and that, and then connect this up back here. Alright, and then this goes like that. And that goes like that, and then that goes like that. And then like that. Maybe make this not such a sharp corner. There we go. Alright. do my best to kind of replicate it side to side here. Actually, this should be like that. Okay. And then, so it should be around here. Don't like any of that. Gosh darn it. Alright. Alright, good enough. And then this kind of goes in a bit like that. Yeah, good enough. And then this comes up. It kind of goes up like that. Like that. Not quite that wide. It's more like this. There we go. And then that goes like here. Actually, that wasn't such a bad line. Was it? Yeah. Should go out and then go down like that. Yeah, there we go. And then this goes like that. And then it goes like that. Just trying to make sure the proportions aren't getting out of whack or anything like that. And then that's like that. Pretty close. Something like this. Alright. Probably zoom in one more now that I have all the perspective right. So bottom of the toe should be around here on this side, or at least that level. Not, so right around here-ish. And I made it like, yeah, that's right, it kind of bulges a bit at this end and comes to a sort of swoopy taper. Like that, sort of. And then this one, much the same. I'll worry about the middle toe in a sec here. I'm not even really sure if you could count it as a toe. That's kind of close. I don't know, it just doesn't look right, so let's do it again. Something like that, and then bloop, bloop, bloop. And let's do this, do that. Whoops, that's a little bit wide. Something like that. And then this middle toe, I guess I should erase some of this to make some space for it. Let's see how. Okay, yeah, I want to make sure that it's consistent with the other side too. So it like starts up here and it's a lot smaller than I was making it. Something like that. Something like that. Alright, I probably didn't need to really erase that, so. There we go. Wait. No, that doesn't look good. Oh, now I know why it looks weird, because it looks like this one is like physically lower than the other one, so I might have to change how it looks up here to compensate. Something like that. There we go. Alright, and zoom out again. Doesn't look too bad, but I think I made these dang toes a little too big. So let's scale them back just a wee bit. How does that look? That looks better. And this one looks a little bit big now. There we go. Alright, now let's draw the back section. Actually, this one has like a line here. Ooh, frick, my hand's cramping up again. Ooh, that's not fun. That's not fun. Oh, just give me 1 second here. Gotta shake out the cramp in my hand. So how long have I been doing this? 3 hours. Holy jeez. That is the longest stream I've ever done. By quite a wide margin. The previous was about 2 hours. Just a little over 2 hours, I believe. Actually, you know what? That wasn't bad. Alright. Oh wait, hold on. No, that line should be there, but yeah. Yeah, let's just leave that like that. Maybe do that. Okay. so does that look right? No. I mean, proportionally it's fine, but I think I just made it in the wrong spot. I think I just started it in the wrong spot here. Maybe I should have kept it and just moved it. Might not have been the worst idea. Oh well. Wait, why am I curving this line? I was looking at this curve and this other one. I'm like, I gotta replicate that exactly, even though it's a straight line. Damn it, I really should have kept that, shouldn't I have? That was not bad, but oh well. And, oh, this should actually be a bit more of a shallow slope like that. Ooh, I'm making a mess of this. Alright. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Oops, I drew a little line down there. Actually, hold on a sec, I just noticed this thing should actually be A, a little bit bigger, and B, a little bit closer to right here. So something like that. Sort of, not quite. Okay, a little bit bigger than that. Close enough. Then I can attach that, do that. And then, yeah, do that like I did on the other side, sort of. And maybe I could push this line back just a little bit. There we go. How's this looking? Whoops. Come on. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I just gotta make the left arm, and that's it. That'll be it. I guess I could color it after that. I'm not gonna do anything too detailed in terms of coloring. Let me just make sure I got the same amount of length here, or width, I guess, from this side to that side. Or from, yeah, make sure that it's about the same. Yeah, it's pretty close. Alright. And, this is about as long as a shoulder pad should be. Oh boy. And it should start pretty close to up here. Yeah, the same level that this section does. And it should, so go right around here. Whoops. Alright. Okay, so I have it about right then. Okay. So it should start going down about like this. Maybe I'll try to make it a little more curved outward to match the other side. Oh my goodness. My mouse is not the greatest thing, and I don't have the steadiest of hands either, so. Oh wait, this kind of goes like this first, and then it goes down like this. Something like that. And bloop. There we go. Let's make the inner line. Does that look okay? Yeah, it looks fine. Alright, so that's there. So then something like that. Oh, you know what? I just noticed that this shoulder pad is a little bit further out from the body than the other one is. So, yeah. Let's move it inwards ever so slightly. Right about there should be fine. And then like this. Like this, and then this goes like this. I'll try to make it similar to that, and then this goes like that, sort of. Actually, you know what? As much of yeah. There's a slightly sharper corner down here on the other side, so let's match that up. And that way I can do this and make it look, there we go. Looks better. Not quite. Not quite. So this one ends around here actually, so. Oh, I don't know how many times I'm going to forget that the eraser tool exists, but apparently it's a lot of times. So just bear with me while I remember how to use MS Paint. Something like that. And then, okay. So the elbow's kind of like that. Kind of like that. section like that, like that. That's much bigger than the other elbow was. I think part of it is I had this little divot here, and I'm not sure. Okay. I don't think it's actually part of the design, but also I see what else is happening here. What else is there we go. Gonna make that part a little thinner. Then like that, just to match it up with the other side. And let's erase. Let's get this a little like that. Let's make sure I'm still sort of in line. Yeah, pretty close. Okay, now something like that. And then this goes like this. I'm sure my commentary is riveting. Just this goes here and that goes there, and this is like that, and this is that. Oh. Oh, the joys of having no idea what you're doing. Okay, that's pretty close to that. Alright. Maybe I could erase that a little bit. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, so this is a little thinner up here. Or at least the way I drew it anyways. And this didn't quite have that curve. I think this has to be angled down a little bit more too. That line, so let's go. Let's do that. Alright. And maybe I could even move this up a little bit. Just want to erase that a little bit. Just move this up. Like, not like that. Not like that. Oh my goodness. Alright, good enough. Let's get this little plate drawn in. Now I got the Power Rangers theme song stuck in my head. Go, go, Power Rangers. I'm not going to start singing it, because I'm not the greatest singer, I don't think. I don't know, who knows, maybe I could be a good singer, I just don't do it. So I don't know if I am a good singer, but anyways. Alright, so, you know what? I think this is like a lot wider than this is. isn't it? It kind of is, isn't it? It's about that wide. Eee. Alright, so that is like quite a difference. Alright, so let's erase this because this needs to be a little bit in. So something like that. And now I like the shape I have here, so I'm probably just gonna, what I think I'm gonna do is let's erase this because I think I need to adjust that anyways at some point. But let's erase this, and I'll use the old lasso tool to just move this in a little bit. Something like that, yeah. Alright. Actually, I should change that because, anyways. And actually, I did like it, but I should have erased. Oh well, oh well. And then this goes straight down, more or less, pretty close to anyways, to about right here. And this goes like this. This goes down to about here. Okay. Didn't want that curving like that. I think I just made it worse, but that's fine. That's fine. This is fine. Oh, why is my hand cramping again? Fight through the cramp. I want to get this stream done. Alright. So I think, I don't know if I want to, I'm probably not going to spend too much time coloring it. I'm probably just going to go with basic. Like, I'm not going to shade it or anything. I think I'm just going to go with some, you know, who knows, maybe I will in a later stream, but for now, I think this'll do, and I guess the hand is the last thing I gotta draw. Let me just zoom out and make sure this looks good. I think I gotta adjust this shoulder a bit. Gotta make this line a little more straight and this corner a little more of a corner. Something like that. Why? Why is it that I click on the tool, but then it doesn't actually switch to the tool? Am I moving my mouse before I Okay, so if I finish clicking when my cursor is off the button, it's not gonna, so I have to, because I'm doing it too quickly. I'm not releasing my finger from the button before I move the mouse, which is just causing me to not select anything at all, so that's fun. Or at least I learned that. So now I know for the future to be a little more patient when I'm switching tools. God, what a pain in the ass. A minor inconvenience. This is what it really is. Oh, right at the last second it veered off. Alright, good enough. And good enough. Alright, that's good enough. Now I gotta draw the hand. Did I, hold on a sec here. Something doesn't quite look right. First of all, is this even, more or less? Aha, it isn't. It's not quite close enough. If it was 1 or 2 pixels, fine, but that's like 5 to 6 pixels off, so. And then, like that, yeah, there we go. And then, try to, hold on, try to draw the hand the best of my ability. Not the greatest at drawing hands, but the kind of segmentedness of the robotic hand, the mechanoid hand, really kind of, I think, helped me a little bit make this hand look not terrible. Still doesn't look great, but at least it looks like a hand and not just a mishmash of weird noodly appendages. You know, and I think like segmentedness of the fingers really helps kind of make it obvious, what is supposed to be going on there. Maybe, I don't know. Hold on a sec here. So this, okay, so I'm making the hand too big. So the bottom of the hand should be more or less right here then. Okay. Oh, back down to 1 viewer. Bye, viewer. I hope you enjoyed. The video download was canceled. What? Oh. I think the viewer I had was a bot that's just using my channel to advertise. Oh, it's an advertiser to want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com. No, I'm gonna report this person once this stream is done. I want to do this the legitimate way. Maybe? What do I mean, maybe? Yeah, of course I want to do it the legitimate way. If I can't do it the legitimate way, then it's not going to be satisfying for me to do it. You know? Well, that sucks that the viewer on this stream was an ad bot. But I guess it makes sense. I'm a new streamer. They're going to target new streamers. So, yeah. Okay, so that's close enough. Is it close enough, though? Like... Oh, I think I know what's happening here. You know what? Let's push this up a little bit. And, push that down a little bit. 'Cause, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I went back to look at my stream, and I saw a comment. I'm like, ooh, someone commented, but no, it's an ad. That's a shame. That's a shame. All right, let's start getting this stuff done. So I'm kind of disappointed that I stayed on stream just so I can, you know, just so an spam bot could advertise to me. But it is what it is. Good enough. All right, now let's hold on a sec here. Let me make sure that this is about the same size here. Okay, that's what I was thinking, that this is a little short. It's looking that way. That might be a little bit long. All right. So I'm gonna do a different pose for this hand. Try to, anyways. I'm gonna have the first finger curled the most, and each finger curled less as it goes, just to make it a little easy on me. probably shouldn't even be seeing this section of the finger from this angle. Okay, so that's what's causing the weirdness. Okay. There we go. Alright, so the drawing aspect is done, I think, more or less. Let me just touch this up a little bit. Actually, you know what? With touch-ups, it's best to do it with the 1-pixel brush, or pencil in this case, I guess. You can get much finer control and much finer detail with it. Alright, cool. Let me connect that up. Cool. That looks not half bad. Maybe let's just get this a little bit more looking like I want it. Oh, geez, did I, hold on a sec here. Oh, it's just going to clip the edge of the toe, that's fine. That's no big deal. Alright, although I guess I could, or freeform selection. No, let me do the thing. There we go. There we go, and just scooch it over just a smidge. But then it's going to cut off the other toe. Alright, whatever. It's just a toe. It's like 12 pixels. Alright. Yeah, okay. It's no big deal. And actually, hold on. File, save as. Zen is Lev from mission 3, rough 6. There we go. And yeah. Oh, I didn't fill in these little thingies. Alright, so the Zenislev on the cover is it's like a bronzy sort of color, like a weathered bronzy sort of color, more accurately. I guess a rusty metal would be even more accurate. Rusty steel would be the most accurate, but there was always a sort of a deep dusty blue in the game that I really liked to use. I don't really know how to get a deep dusty blue. Let me muck around with the color thingy for a second here. I guess it wasn't that dusty or deep. Okay, let's see how this looks. This custom color. Paint. Hold on, give me a sec here. I gotta close my curtain because the sun's shining on it. Oh, that's green. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Alright, that's pretty close. Whoops. Yeah, all right. Let me do some touch-ups here to fill in some gaps so I don't accidentally paint everything. fix it, making it worse. Alright, good enough. Alright, yeah. I can worry about touch-ups and the like later. But yeah, ooh, this is a bit weird. There we go, that's better. Yeah, you know what, good enough. Alright. So yeah, there was like I'm not sure if this is quite as deep as the blue, but you know what, it's fine. I'll use it. Just because I do not feel like fiddling around too much longer with this. Alright. I've already been streaming for how long? 3 hours, 37 minutes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. I'll probably, you know what, let's just fill it all in for now. I will definitely oh gosh darn it. Where is this hole? There it is. Click the thing. Alright. Oh, I totally forgot to get rid of all this mess. Alright, you know what, maybe I will. Maybe tomorrow I will try to do some shading with this, because this has been a pretty in-depth drawing. So maybe I'll want to do a little bit more detail work on it tomorrow. But for now, I'll just get the one color filled in, just so I can get an idea what it looks like colored in. Alright, I saw another, there's one, there's another section somewhere that wasn't. Dang it. Alright. So where's the hole that's leaking in here? Here we go. Can I just select color, please? Thank you. Do that for good measure. Even though I'm pretty sure that's okay. Right here. There we go. Alright. What is you know what? I should do this, yeah. Alright, I'll just fill all this with like gray for now. No. just to see how this looks. And this isn't exactly the color scheme of the thing. Like, it wasn't really two-toned, the color scheme of the Wanzers in the game. It was really, well, it was in a sense, but the secondary color was almost not even there. It was limited to just a couple stripes here and there on most of the Wanzers. I think pretty much all of them, actually. Alright. See Wanzers. Yeah. Alright, I'll just do the back ends of these things this color. Whoops. For now. So this is just a general idea, just to see what it looks like colored. Oh my goodness. It's full of holes. Everywhere. Holy jeez, I was really sloppy with this, wasn't I? Ow. I've never had this headset on for longer than 2 hours, so having it on for like almost 4 is really hurting my ear a little bit, so I want to wrap this up fairly soon. It's the two-tone color scheme for now. I'll worry about adding more detail later, if at all. Click. Why? Okay. MS Paint is weird, man. Like, I was clicking on that right the whole time, and it wasn't switching me to black. You know, I was trying to go from gray to black, and it didn't do that. I would like for MS Paint to work. Whoops. Alright. So let's paint all the intersections. Intersections? I don't know. Not intersections, but inner. My goodness. There we go. So, honestly, this picture was a little ambitious, or I thought it was a little ambitious to try to draw this thing. I mean, it was still to a degree, yes, it is. But I think I did an okay job for my skill level at MS Paint and how much time I'm willing to put into it, you know. And I'm not going to fix the overall coloring, like the little holes and you know. There we go. How's that look? That, I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm pretty dang happy with that. Yeah, I'm rather pleased with this. Heck yeah. Okay, save that as its own rough. Oh yeah, I always like to, before I finalize the image, I always like to save it before I, make the final change before I final change. I guess before I clean it up would be a better way of putting it. Yeah, final change, yes, but I always like to just to reiterate and try to be cohesive about that point. I always save it one more time before I make any tiny final changes or clean it up as one last rough image, just in case. Just in case. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Alright. So yeah. I have no idea if I am going to spend more time detailing it or not, but I'm pretty happy with what I have, with what I've created here. Maybe maybe let's make a let's just maybe whoops. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add a background color just so it's not floating in a white void. It'll be floating in a gray void instead. But at least it'll, look okay. It makes it look a little better for whatever reason. Alright. Whew, that was a long one. 3 hours and 48 minutes. Damn. My hand cramped up like 3 or 4 times over that whole stream. But yeah, I noticed this foot is a little wide, but you know what? Don't care. Don't care. Could care, but I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna call that done. So, thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching, if anybody is watching this. I had a lot of fun making this. It was really enjoyable. Definitely a change of pace from the drawing the Link's Awakening drawings that I've been making before. Yeah. So thank you anyone who's watching. I super appreciate it. I hope to see you in the next one. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say to wrap this up, but I don't think there is. I don't believe there is, no. Thank you very much. Have yourself a great day. I appreciate you viewing this if you are watching. And take care. I hope to see you later.